Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. It is Flour It Up Friday and you know what that means. I'm going to flour it up. So I haven't restocked my pantry from the last 14 months, so I'm going to use what I have. So it is Flour It Up Friday like I said, and I am still trying to use up the last of these muffin mixes I have. So I have a couple of more chocolate chip that I need to use up, and then I have this wild berry and this apple cinnamon. So what I'm going to do, because one package isn't enough for my family, so I'm going to actually mix these two and I'm going to bake them off, but I'm going to do them with a twist. So you don't have to do it from scratch all the time. A mix can help you. So I'm going to show you how I incorporate this into Flour It Up Friday. So because I packed these for a longer term storage, which kind of in retrospect wasn't the best thing to do, they had Just Add milk. These were Just Add milk packets. And I actually put the milk powder in there and how much water I would need for the milk of it. But what I found was when I started opening them, see, this is actually the milk powder, it's clumped. So I just put it through a sieve and I'm just gonna sift it out so I'm not having to fight with it. Last time I did it, I broke it out with a whisk and it was fine. Once the moisture gets to it, you can just break it up and it works perfectly fine. I did smell them. I tasted a little bit of the batter. And I did that because, as you can see right there? Yeah, we're almost 2 years past the best by date. So I tasted it. I smelled it first. I tasted it, and I don't know if you can see from before, the package was still well sealed in the food saver bag, so I wasn't concerned too much about it, but it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these up per the directions on the back of the package. So I've got my two mixes all mixed in together per the instructions on the back, and I'm just using a scoop. It's like a medium size. I'm not exactly sure what size it is, but I'm just using that to kind of fill. I am not left-handed. Well, I kind of am. To fill my cups with the batter. I can't talk today. I don't know what it is, but I can't talk and do things. Like rubbing your head and patting your stomach. No, patting your stomach and rubbing your head. I can't do those together either. So I'm just going to fill these up for all of them. I'm 99% sure I'm going to get more than 12. So I have another muffin pan over there that I'm going to use. Okay, so here they are. I was able to get 16 out of those two packages. I didn't fill them up, that scoop up all the way. It was a little less than that full scoop. So they're not as full as they probably should be, and this is why. Okay, so I didn't fill my muffins up all the way because I'm going to zhuzh them up a little bit. Now, I'm going to put a crumble topping on all of them. So what I'm going to do is, this is 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. So I sifted all that through. I'm going to use, it calls the recipe calls for cinnamon and a little bit of white sugar. Because I have this cinnamon sugar, this is what I'm going to use. So it's already mixed. It's probably more cinnamon than I need, but good thing we like cinnamon. So I'm just gonna put that in and sift it through just to get out any of those hard lumps that are inherent with my kitchen. This is the brown sugar, and that was 1/3 cup. And this doesn't really need to be put through here. The lumps would be okay. I don't see any, which is good. So I'm just gonna dump this right in, like that. Get it all in there. I'm gonna put a pinch of salt, and then I'm going to melt some butter. 1/4 cup of butter. Actually, I'm doing a little bit more, but I'll tell you the recipe is 1/4 cup because I have a little bit more muffins than the recipe calls for to cover. So I'm going to do it a little bit more. You can do it in the recipe, of course, I'll put down below. And we're just going to mix this all in together. I'll put the salt in before I forget it. Now, I am adding salt because my butter that I'm using is unsalted. Now, if you had salted butter, you could omit the salt. So I'm using just a quarter of a teaspoon of salt because my butter is unsalted. Like I said, if your butter is salted, you can omit that salt portion. Okay, so I have all my dry ingredients mixed together, and I'm just going to take my melted butter and pour it right in there. Kind of pour a little bit, and then I'm going to pour all the rest. Get it in there. And just mix it together. And as you can see, make sure you get at the bottom, get all the dry bits, and it'll be kind of crumbly. That's my topping. And you can do this to any kind of muffins you want, just to zhuzh them up a little bit. And now that I've got that all mixed together, I'm going to put them over my muffins, my pre-packaged, my packaged muffins, to jazz them up a little bit. So just gonna spoon them on. And here's what they look like before they go into a 375-degree oven. I'm going to do it at 375. The actual recipe calls for 400, but because my oven runs hot, I'm going to do it a little less, and it says for 14 to 16 minutes. So I'm probably going to go for about 14, check them, put in a toothpick. If it comes out clean, they're ready to go. So this is what they look like going into the oven. And here's what they look like coming out of the oven. I just pulled them out, and I intentionally made a few small ones like that one right there. I don't think the kids need a full muffin this size, so I made a couple of smaller ones. And this is what they will look like, and we'll probably have all these eaten after dinner. And I will break one open as soon as they cool off, and I'll show you the inside of them. So this is what it looks like on the inside. I did try a little piece. It is still quite hot. I couldn't resist. But you can see all the berries in there. You can't really see the apples, but I guess maybe like that on the edge right there, that's a piece of apple. But yeah, they taste really good. And the crumb topping, it's falling off a little bit, but it's still sticking, as you can see. But that's okay, because it tastes great even by itself. So that's my little zhuzhed up muffin for Flour It Up Friday. And I will say, even after almost 2 years past this Best By date, it still really tastes good. And I'm not a real fan of heated up fruit, like these berries, like I'll do an apple pie every now and then. I'll do a cinnamon raisins bagel every now and then. But I'm really not a fan of hot fruit like this. But these tasted really good. So yeah. Don't throw it away. Try it. See if it's still good. Even if it's past its Best By or expiration date, it's probably 99.9% still good, depending on what it is. And the condition you kept it in, or the packaging or can that it's in, is still in good shape. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. And remember, stay safe and keep prepping.